welcome to Carrot, where we have such a beautiful house. This house is surrounded by the most lush grass and hedges, and it's been quite a journey even just walking through the gate. Like, that's the first thing I have to highlight about this property, but it was such an inspiration. When you walk into a property and it's surrounded by such carefully done and well considered landscaping, you have to think about that when you're doing the renovation of the house. So I wanted to highlight that because as we go through, I will be talking about some structural changes that we made to especially make sure we're introducing these beautiful outdoors to the indoors of the house. But there's many other things we've done, as fine urban construction and interiors always does. So I'm super excited to get it going. So I want to go into the house and take this lovely, lovely tour. So let's begin. As always, we always start from the outside. The face of the house is the truest indication of what is to be expected on the inside. And as always, it is spectacular. If I do say so myself, I absolutely love what we have done with the molding. It is quite a simple design, but it's because it suits this house. It did not need much. It's a very homely, cozy house. So we wanted to make sure that all the lines are nice and simple and clean. And part of that was moving around the columns. You will have some before footage, but if there isn't, guys, go back to the channel. As always, we have before videos. So if you want to follow on this journey and see exactly what I'm talking about, you can go to our channel and see the previous video, and then you can come back to this one so you can truly appreciate this transformation. So at the entrance, we have done some changes. So initially we had 3 of these columns here. We took down 1, and over on this side, we actually used that column to extend and build out a wall. This serves a greater purpose when we get upstairs. Right now, it just looks like a bit of a nook, but you will see what a huge change this addition has had on this house. So now we have an opening that feels much more welcoming, and you have much more space to now walk in to the rest of the house. Here you can see, which is something that I'm always happy to point out, we have retained the door frames. If we find pieces in a project that still work, there's no need to get rid of them. We keep them and we work alongside them. Now, welcome into the house. This is the foyer. We have a very lovely staircase. Let's begin with the living room. What you'll notice as I'm transitioning from the foyer into the living room is the floors. So here we've already selected the tile. It's nice and simple. It's gray marble effect tile, really bright. It does a lot in terms of brightening up and making this area feel welcoming, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. But now as we step into the living room, we have a couple of steps here. We have another frame that has been protected. We have protected this door frame or opening frame because there's not going to be a door here to just minimize damage. But best believe that once we're leaving, we're going to make sure everything is cleaned out, it's polished, and looks spick and span. We're now in the living room. The floor is all gone. This house did have wooden floors. We've taken that all out, and in the coming phases, we'll see what we're gonna do to retain the feel that this house originally had. Will we go with wooden tile? Will we put back the flooring we found, or will we go with something like what we've just seen? So that is to be seen, and if you wanna follow this journey, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Another thing that we have done is the gypsum. As always, this is a song at this point that I need to be singing at all times. The gypsum is wonderful. Kudos to our fundis, kudos to our lead designer, because these designs don't come out of nowhere and they don't happen in this way without absolutely perfect teamwork and collaboration. So I love this design. Really simple, really dynamic, and I know we'll add that wow factor by the lighting that we're going to put all around, and of course the masterpiece that will be the chandelier. Apart from that, there's a lot of structural work we have done in terms of the windows, the doors. We came in and expanded that. This is an absolutely stunning house. So we wanted to make sure that we're having that indoor-outdoor experience, and the only way to do that is by expanding those windows. So even as I'm standing in this living room, I am really getting a clear view of what's outside. I'm seeing that beautiful grass and the trees. So it genuinely does feel that whatever is outside this house is influencing the feel of the room that we're in right now, and it's so successful and wonderful. But above all that, with the openings, you can see, I think at this point, if you've been watching the channel long enough, you can usually tell when we have fabricated things on a site, and all the grills on the windows and doors in this really nice, clean, simple design. It's very, very classic, keeping in theme with all the aesthetics of the house. It's really well done, but above all, we always talk about our workmanship. We are a company that prides itself on perfection. So the materials are stellar, and so is the workmanship. And everything is really nice and steady because, as always, security is paramount. This house has a unique touch that plays a very vital role in two of the spaces in this house. So we have a fireplace. You might not be able to see it because there's a bunch of stuff here in the way, but we will see it once we get upstairs. But it is a fireplace, so what we've done is just replaster and make sure that everything is seamless, and now we can keep it pushing. We're now heading into the dining area. We have another really, really big opening. We've protected the frame around the opening. Guys, work with me here. Work with me here. I know there's so many things going on, tarps all over the place. We have a fundi here working diligently, sanding what looks to be individual planks or floors, which I assume will be going back down. But anyway, we are in the dining room. Nice big windows, plenty of lighting, incredible views of nature outside each window. And of course, to finish it off, we created another gypsum design. So I'm looking up here, I'm seeing how it kind of mirrors the one in the living room, but again, very, very unique, very simple, very clean, very, very glam. So if we go in this direction, we are heading into the kitchen. You know, houses nowadays are open plan, so you always have a seamless transition from living room to dining to kitchen. It's another space where we have a lot of tarp. But I want you guys to really appreciate this house. So I'm going to tell you again, subscribe, because next time when I come here, I promise all this stuff will not be in the way. But we are in the kitchen, and trust me when I say it's beautiful and it's big. But for now, let me show you what I can, and that is the tile. We have a bit of a sneak peek right over here. Again, having the tarp down is to protect the tile that we have already done. We have that gray, beautiful tile, and I'm so sure it feels kind of dark right now. I don't know if the camera is picking that up, but because of all these things in the way. But I guarantee you, as soon as we take everything out of here, you'll see how integral the color of this tile is to how this overall kitchen feels. I love the tile selection that Fine Urban Construction and Interiors does because it's always so well considered. We're always looking at the environment, we're looking at the needs of the space. How can we brighten it up if that's what it needs? How can we make it easy to clean? Like, there's just so many things that go into the process of choosing the tile that you guys might not know, but I get to appreciate as I'm walking through these sites. Well, I'm seeing a door here. This seems like it's going to be a pantry or a storage room. That is to be seen. I'm thinking maybe pantry, maybe storage, but we have more space over here. So no matter what that ends up being, we have more space over here. And again, we have more fundis working diligently. And this is actually a really good look at how we ensure that all the floors are so well done. That is one of the things we check. So we're making sure that everything is nice and flat before we go on forward to create an outdoor kitchen. This is your indoor kitchen. This is your outdoor kitchen. So we have to make sure that everything is spick and span. And then beyond, we have another space, which again might play a really huge part in the outdoor kitchen. Might be storage, might be a pantry. As I said, that is to be seen. But this house has 5 bedrooms. If I counted right, it's 5 bedrooms. So let's take a look at one of the first bedrooms, but in this corridor is where you'll actually discover we have the common bathroom, and you'll notice that we've already put up the wall tiles. It's that same theme. I like the uniformity of how we've kept the colors really, really similar throughout. And I can't wait to see the fittings because you know we always shine when it comes to the selection of the fittings. So anyway, we have the floor continuing, seamless. It's really, really seamless. And then we have another space over here. Welcome, welcome. We have another team of Fundis here, you know, just doing the thing. But here is where you're gonna get a really up close look at what the pieces of the flooring look like. So each and every piece of this wood was taken out by our team, but we wanted to make sure that we did it really diligently and with so much care because we understand that this material is valuable. So when you're looking at each piece, you can tell that we weren't just like bashing away at it because we understand that this is something that we can be reused and that was really heavily invested into. So moving on to the actual space that we're in. It's a really big room, you guys. It's a really big room. And from what I've been told, it was a garage, meaning it was completely open and this entire wall that you see here with the massive windows did not exist. But we're always about identifying the potential of a house. So when you see a space like this and you're like, okay, we can create a parking space elsewhere, and this can be something that's really, really good for you and your family, we go ahead and we do it as long as the client says go ahead. But here we have a family room. No, actually, I'm wrong. It's not a family room. It's a home theater. So that's the function of this room. But if you're keen, you may have noticed that we have a bit of something going on over there. It's very obvious that there's going to be some sort of partition for this section, and that's because the client requested a home office and we thought this would be a really nice area to kind of tuck it away so that it's out of the way. But looking up at the gypsum as well, we've kept things really, really simple. I can't wait to see the cove lighting going into this gorgeous gypsum design, and once this room is finished, I can tell, let me see. Is this flooring? Let's take a look. Let's see what we're protecting down here. Yes, just like I suspected, it's a floor that we have done as Fine Urban Construction and Interiors. You guys are getting the sneak peeks. So we put down the tarp to protect so that Fundis can do their work without worrying about messing up all the beautiful work that has already been accomplished. This obviously was not one of the first bedrooms. Now we're gonna go and take a look at one of the first bedrooms. Welcome to bedroom number 1. Oh, immediately, it's those classic fine urban touches. I always know if I'm going into a room, look up. What have we done for the gypsum? What kind of themes are we following? As always, nice, simple, and classy. And I know I use the word simple quite a bit. It's because if it doesn't need fuss, it doesn't need fuss. So we keep things simple where we can, and it's well done. The craftsmanship is what really matters. We are going to finish that off with a really nice lighting fixture, but as always, cabinetry plays such a huge role in what we do. So here we've created wardrobes. Again, we always consider whose room is this and how much stuff would they need. So when we're designing the cabinetry, those are things that we are keeping in mind. And then we have the bathroom. So here's another example of a bathroom, again, with that beautiful white and gray tiling on the wall. I can't wait to see what we choose for the floors, but that is part of the process. You guys stay tuned. Just stay tuned so you can see what kind of things we're going to add in to really make this house feel complete. And if I am right, I'm thinking all the bedrooms are going to retain that wooden floor. Again, I'm looking under the tarp. I'm looking under the tarp, and it is a wooden floor. So this is one of those rooms where we've chosen to keep the original floor. It makes sense. A warm wood is exactly what you want for a bedroom. So I think that is it for this floor. Now on to the wonderful staircase. This is not a complete spiral, but it does come down quite gently in a curve. And this is not the original staircase. We took that down and redesigned it because we just felt like this fluid motion was more fitting for this house. And it's gonna make for a more comfortable experience as you're walking up. And I'm noticing as I'm walking that on the sides, looks like we have the makings of lighting. It's just one of those touches that modern houses need. because it just makes you feel like you are looking into the future. It's a really popular design, and I can see exactly why. It just brings a totally different feel to this house. So this obviously is not complete yet, but it is going to be one of those next steps that we're going to do. And as I'm actually walking up these stairs, I don't know if I really got into this. The walls. We did replastering. As always, before we do any work, we check to make sure that the structure itself is sound, and if there's anything we need to fix, we fix it before we go on and do replastering, and then we do our undercoat to make sure there's no cracks, and then the journey goes on from there. Standing up here, it's a really, really well-lit space, nice big windows. Those grills really help in making sure so much light is pouring in while still providing security. So we are in the landing area. We have continued with that tile. It works excellently with how much light is coming in. It's bouncing off that, and it's making it feel really grand. And of course, to add the cherry on top, we have gone with another really simple gypsum design that we will incorporate cove lighting and a wonderful chandelier. I genuinely cannot wait to see once this house is complete and it's lit up and it's gorgeous and warm. Now let's follow the natural movement from this space. We have a really big opening. This feels so inviting and immediately screams to me family room, TV rooms. This is the kind of space people tend to use to congregate because all the rooms are very close to this area, so the family could easily come up here and enjoy the TV. Really nice gypsum design here. Again, we've kept it very classy. We want things that will not age badly. We want them to always feel like, oh, okay, yeah. No, it doesn't feel old. It doesn't age the house. It still feels new and looking into the future. I always say looking into the future because that's what we're trying to do as a company. But moving on forward, we have yet another opening with some really heavy doors and another pair of Hundi's working away, laying down some tile and making sure that everything is perfect and well aligned. This is what the process looks like. I always talk about how we have very talented people in Kenya, and as a company, we're always trying to empower the people of our country. We want to give them those opportunities. Something that our lead designer really made me understand is that part of the fine urban construction and interiors ethos is empowering the people of our country or empowering the people of the countries that we get to work in. Some people are just lacking the opportunity. So we have a really wonderful team of people that we bring in, and they're able to showcase, like, I'm able to do this. I can lay down those tiles and they'll be absolutely perfect. But other than that, it's a nice outdoor, it's a nice outdoor space. We will have a grill all around to just make sure everyone is safe. It's another space that we wouldn't be able to step into, but we will when we come back. Now we can go on to the bedrooms. I like the fact that I've noticed in this house, every time you're heading into a space that has bedrooms or private rooms, there's a bit of a corridor to just create that privacy and separation. So let's look at the second bedroom so far. I'm wrong, guys. It's not a bedroom. I've just remembered. This is a study room. Yeah, that's what it is. So this is going to function as the study room, and as such, we've gone with a nice gypsum design. It doesn't need a lot of fuss. We just need to make sure that there's enough light coming into the space, but of course, you want it to be a little fun as well. So when you're looking up, you can see those two worlds kind of coming together where you're like, okay, it's nice and classy, but yeah, I can see it has a little bit of spunk in it. But this is the study room and another space that we can't really step into, but it is an extension of the study room. So we will create a partition. That part of the balcony will be able to access from a different side, but if we're gonna have the study room extended out that way, it means we have to create some sort of barrier. So we will be doing that. And this area is actually what we were looking at when we were downstairs, when I talked about how we have that slab and how we built out that area at the entrance. This is how it shows up here. So it's a really nice cozy space. You could have one seat out there just when you want a change of environment while you're in here studying. Well, moving on, we have yet another corridor area. because we have two doors here. So we'll go into this one because it is an actual bedroom. The sizes of these rooms are quite modest, so you don't want to take away from that too much. Everything is bespoke and customized, and that's why even in a room like this where I can feel how low the ceiling is, we have gone ahead and we've built out cabinetry that still suits this space. I always talk about how you can't go outside and buy things that will fit your space like a glove. You can't, there's always something. Either it's too wide or it's just too big or it just doesn't suit it, but you already have the item and you're like, what do I do with this? And that's the beauty of working with us. We customize. So all the wood is handpicked by Fine Urban. All the fundis working on it are from Fine Urban. All the measurements are done by Fine Urban. Like, you are guaranteed to have high quality, customized goods in your house when you're working with Fine Urban Construction and Interiors. Now for this room, we've also left the floor, and looking at the bathroom, again, we have a really beautiful tile on the wall with the gray veining through it. This dimension is absolutely perfect because it's a really, really narrow space. We do have a bit of a window here. It's much bigger than usual because this is what the space needs, but this light colored tile really helps with the illusion of it feeling bigger. So it's up to us with the layout. I'm looking at the provisions. Looks like we'll have the shower over there. That looks like a provision for a toilet bowl, and the sink will be over here. And I can tell, I'm not like the smallest person, but it would be easy to navigate even for someone of my size or bigger. So let's continue with the tour. Let's investigate this door. We have what looks to be an access area to the top, but we haven't completed the work we're doing up there right now. But once that goes ahead a bit more, we'll be able to come back, go up there and see what we have in store. Let's go take a look at room number 3. Continue down the hall and over to my left. Oh, I love an active site. Actually love an active site because you get to see a behind the scenes. So we have the filler going in. It is absolutely excellent. We're just making sure that all the surfaces are really, really smooth so that when we go on to the next phase of paint selection, it's gonna be perfect. Now for this bedroom, this is gonna start sounding repetitive, but nice, simple gypsum, beautifully done, customized cabinetry. Space consideration is such a vital thing that we do, just thinking, where is the bed gonna be? Nice amount of light from these big, big windows. And of course, with the bathrooms, thinking of the layout and selecting the wall tiles. I love this touch that we have been doing of adding a border of like a really exciting tile around bathrooms. I feel like if I had Fine Urban do my house, I'd be like, this is a touch I want you guys to do. I like this touch of the border all around. But let's talk about the layout of this bathroom because it is very unique in its shape. There's a little nook going in there, very unique shape, but looks like we have a provision for a shower over here. That looks like where we'll have our sink, and that nook is perfect for a toilet bowl. So we'll have the toilet bowl nice and tucked away. So let's continue with the tour. What other space? Yeah, we have another room. So that is this is room number 4, if I'm counting. Guys, tell me if I'm counting correctly. But here we are, nice, spacious room. This one, we've gone with the cabinetry on either side of the bathroom door, so the cabinetry is well done. Walking to the bathroom, oh, and this is the first bathroom we're coming into where the floor seems to have been chosen. Nice. Work is going on. You know, we have timelines that we set to make sure that we are not keeping our clients out of their homes for too long. So that's why you'll find the different areas, things are a bit more done because we're always on it. Let's keep the project going. Here you can see the border of the tile has been done again. And for these tiles, I'm seeing touches of like a light cream caramel color instead of the gray, but you can see that the tones are very much the same. Everything's really toned down, really cool, really calming. Nothing is too garish or it's like overwhelming. But shower over there. I'm seeing a floor trap. I am seeing a sink. Is that a sink? That looks like it might be a sink. And then we'll probably have the toilet bowl right over there. Again, layout is very, very important. Now let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. We are going to my favorite spaces of any of these houses that I walk through. But we're not gonna get there just yet. There's one more thing I would like to point out, and that is this door. This is how you access that balcony that we were looking at when I was talking about the study room. So that partition will be because of wanting everyone else to be able to access this space. So anyone in these rooms will be able to come through this door and step outside and feel safe. And that's where you actually get a really good glimpse of the types of grills we're thinking of all around the house. So you know we like uniformity, whether it's inside the house or outside. There needs to be a through line. Things need to not clash. So you can get a glimpse at that. And as we walk into the master bedroom, you'll also see where those grills will play a very big part. So now we are in the master bedroom, and I know it's predictable. Oh, it's so easy to love the master bedroom, especially when it's done by Fine Urban Construction and Interiors. I am going to start off with the amount of light. Again, it is thanks to the size of those windows. It's thanks to how we really thought out the design of the grill to encourage light to penetrate this room very, very easily. Like when you're coming up with a design for a grill, we've all seen those really busy ones where you can tell it's really taking away from the aesthetics of the house. But also, if you just got rid of them, you'd have so much more light. So that's why it is always a plus. Bespoke, customized, designed by Fine Urban Construction and Interiors. And as I said downstairs, it comes with so many benefits in terms of being sure of your quality of your materials and being sure about the quality of workmanship. So nice big windows over here. We have yet another one over here. We really wanted to emphasize on those 360 views because you have views on this side, you come to this side and you get to see the lush grass, and then you have this absolutely massive opening that's leading out into a very big balcony as well. Those are great opportunities to have those seats out there, have your cup of coffee, and of course to make sure that everything is safe. We are going to include the grill that I was telling you about earlier, because if you're outside the house and you're walking all through, we want to leave the Fine Urban touch all throughout. So we will have the grills there, and of course here we have continued the beautiful molding for uniformity, but also it just adds an elegance to this particular structure. Now going back inside to look at more windows, we have another window right over here. So every corner, guys, I always say this, every corner is well lit, and that's what you're always trying to do. And it makes the room feel so much more open, which makes me feel so confident that whatever comforters or carpet or tile or wall paints that are put in here, it's going to be really hard to bog down this room with like too much detail because of all the work we've done to make it feel nice and big and open. And of course, considering space as well, you think about the cabinetry, on and on and on. Again, I will go on about the benefits of customization and how that plays a really huge role in you making sure you have the type of furniture and finishings that you want in your bedroom. But this is just a nice add-on, the cherry on top of a really great Sunday. We also have a walk-in here. So that extra cabinetry is the cherry on top really, because we do have a walk-in in here with more storage that we've done so that the house is growing with you. Another plus for customization. Now as we continue, we have the master bathroom, and I'm sure there's big plans for this space. I'm seeing a very clear-cut area that will be for the shower. And when it comes to plumbing and electrical wiring, that's another thing we do as a company. Nice and tucked away. That process was taken care of before we came in and put the tile, so you can see how everything has really had, these fundis are really making sure everything is seamless. So you're cutting down out the holes so everything kind of sticks out of that tile without having to break it and have patches on the wall. So everything really does feel super, super seamless. You can see we've also done that here with the his and her sink. The two provisions always mean his and her sink. The vanity that's going to be here is obviously going to be really, really spectacular. And over here, I'm seeing another provision where we're going to have, now actually, if you want to know, stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, so next time when I'm here to reveal what we're going to put in this area, you'll be the first to know. So the wall tile is nice, big, glossy, well put down, and really light in color. All these spaces really benefit from the glossiness and the dimensions and the colors of these tiles, because with the way we've done the windows and expanded, all that light that's coming in bounces off, creating that illusion. Nice amount of light, beautiful tiling, but we will see as the journey continues how we finish off this beautiful bathroom.